Okay, hi guys, back again with another video. And as I said, in this video we'll be creating the OpenGL context and instantiating our window with it. So let's get started. So this is where we left off last time. So to get started, first we'll create the variables needed for this. So there's something called a pixel format descriptor, which we'll just call PFD. This is basically as the name suggests, it describes the pixel format. As usual, just initialize to 0. Okay, and next we need something called HDC, which is a handle to the device context. We could also initialize it to 0 as well. Next, we'll need something called GLRC, which is the render context. We could also set this to 0 for now. Next, I think that might be it for now. This may be all we need for now. Let's see. Maybe I'll remember something. So first, let's set the pixel format descriptor. Let's set it right below here. First thing, as usual with these C-based things, it's very weird. You have to set the size of it, even though it should know its own size, but whatever. So you have to set the size of it, and we'll use size of the actual structure itself, the pixel format descriptor. To me, this is very weird. Whatever. Next, we'll set the version. This version, I've never even seen it set to anything but version 1. I don't even know if there are other versions, but yeah, that is standard, I think. PF. Next, we'll set the flags, some of the flags we want. Here. First, we want the first one we want is PF, the draw to window. Not draw to window. Okay. And we can use the operator to combine more than one. Next, we will use PFD support OpenGL. Obviously, we need that. And the next one we'll do is PFD double buffer. That's one we want to use as well. Okay, so I think that's all we need for now. Next, we'll set the pixel type. PFD dot I pixel type. I think the I before it stands for int because it's returned as an int. We'll be using RGBA, so we want an alpha channel as well. PFD type RGBA. Yeah. Next, we want the color depth, the color bits. So okay, so the color bits, this is what we want. It's gonna be 32 bits, 32-bit color. And for the depth bits, we won't even really need the depth, but we'll still do the depth. It's going to be 24 bits. Sorry about that. No. So yeah, it's going to be 24 bits. So no. So I think that's it for that. We don't really need to do anything else with that. So next, after we create the window, we'll just get the device context from it. We named, oh shoot, we didn't give the variables a name. So we're just going to call this device context, and we're going to call this render context. So back down here, we'll just get the device context from the window. So device context, is that not what I named it? Oh shoot. Okay, so we should be fine now. So device context, We're just going to set it equal to get DC. That's the name of the function. It gets the device context, and we want the device context of the window we just created. So window. Sorry guys, I pressed on the enter key pretty hard sometimes. So yeah. So after we get the device context, we just want to set the pixel format for it, the pixel format descriptor we just set. So also we need to create an int which stores the pixel in the pixel format. Int pixel format equals set pixel format. Well, choose pixel format first of all. Choose pixel format, and we want to use the device context we just got. The pixel format descriptor we just set up. So we called it PFD. We need to send this by the memory address because it does take in a pointer. Okay, that's that. Next, we need to set the pixel format for the window. Right now, we only choose it with the choose pixel format. So Windows has a bunch of pixel formats stored based on what you want to do. So we just chose it and we stored it in this int. So now we have to actually set it for the window. So let's go do that. So, and it's something that could possibly error out, because if you have incompatible things options out here, then it could error out. So let's just check. F not set pixel format. Yeah, so as you guys can see, I rely a lot on the autocomplete. So I need to have an editor with good autocomplete. So yeah. So F not set pixel format, then, and this takes in a couple options. So the device context if you want to use, the pixel format, and the memory address of the pixel format descriptor. So if that doesn't work, then we'll get the error, because the Windows does give errors does actually have error handling and error reporting. Get last error. Okay. It returns the int. The error is in the form of an int. We can just print F. We can just print F to let us know that it happened. Which we can see error setting pixel format, and then actually show the error that we got back. Okay, that looks good. Then we'll just return -2. We're probably going to use macros and stuff for these error numbers and stuff, so that we can get better see what they are. But for now, I'm going to just use the numbers. Okay, but this honestly should work though, so probably never going to see that error. So that's it for that. Next. So for now, we can now set the render context. So render context equals WGL CreateContext device context. Now we have to make the context current as well. WGL make current the device context along with the render context. So we're setting the render context for the specific device context, which is the window we just created. And that should be it. There's some things we might want to do. Let's just see the OpenGL version. Okay, so to see the OpenGL version, we'll just print F % OpenGL version. Oh shoot. And here we'll get a string. We'll and if you want to use the OpenGL function called GLGetString and pass to it the macro GL version, that will get us the version string. So yeah, let's just see that. For the most part, this actually should be working right now. Although the version, let's just see, may not be what we want. Okay, let's see. Okay, so we're getting OpenGL version 4.5.0. Okay, that's it. Oh yeah, guys, I forgot we needed to have the GL. We needed to have swap buffers down here. Without this, your program may crash, so be sure to put that down there. Okay, so, and also we can set the clear color if you guys want to. So I'm gonna go for kind of a bluish color. Green will also be 0.75. Blue will be fully 1. Let's see how that looks. Okay, so a nice blue color. So yeah, guys, sorry about that. You may have gotten a crash if you didn't set swap buffers. Maybe we don't want a version so high. I actually don't plan on using any complicated OpenGL version, OpenGL functions. Sorry. So maybe we don't want it that high. So we're gonna go about changing it to a lower level. So actually, to get it to a lower level is a little bit more complicated than it may look, because the function which lets us change our OpenGL version requires extra OpenGL functions, but the only way to get them, well, first we would need to create a fake device context and a fake rendering context just so we can get access to those. You guys will see what I mean right now. First, let's just make two defines up here. Hash define scale OpenGL version. Try to choose something that won't conflict with the existing macros that the Glue library has. For the OpenGL version, probably there's a major version and a minor. Let's do major first. So I'd probably go for version 3, which is still pretty new, but okay. This is just to show how to change it for now. Next, OpenGL version minor. We're also going to set a 3, so this will be 3.3. Let's go back down here where we create the context. So first we're just going to have a temporary render context. Okay, so here's GLRC temp render context, and we're just going to set it there. Then we can set up some attributes. We can do that even above that. GL attributes. I'm not going to spell out the entire word. So it's going to be an array. Now this array has to be of a special format first. It takes in the name of the attribute you want to set. So WGL context. Why are we not getting it here? The suggestion. Okay, let me see. I think there's another header we need to include. GL slash GL X. Yeah, I think this is one we need to include extra. WGL context is still not getting it. Let's see, probably another one as well. W. Oh yeah, it probably is WGL because it has the W prefix, which is for Windows. Okay, so let's see now. Alright, yeah, now we're getting it. WContext. We do context major version. So the format for this, you first have to describe first have to put the attribute you want to set, and then actually put the value you want to set the attribute to. So we're going to set this to the one we defined above. Scale OpenGL version major. Next, we want to set the version minor, WGL context minor version. We want to set up to the minor we defined. And lastly, there's one more WGL context profile mask ARB. We're going to set that to WGL context core profile. So we just want to make sure that we're using the core profile of OpenGL, so we don't use any deprecated things. Okay, so that's it. And with this, you have to make the last argument 0 so that it knows that we're finished. Okay, so that's it. So after we get our temporary device context, we just want to set it to the window. So we're gonna do WGL make current. Okay, and we're gonna type in the temporary context we just did. You'll know that's the last argument actually, and the device context. It's just not what it's named. Yes, it is named device context. Oh, that's because of this, I think. Okay, so yeah, that was because of that. So yeah, we want to make that current, the one with the temporary context. Oh no. Okay, and then after that we'll this is actually an example of what the glue library does for us. So we're going to load one function ourselves. This is the function needed to actually apply those attributes. So this is actually a very good example of what glue does for us. So the type of the function pointer is a very long name. Like, it's something we should never be typing ourselves. So pfn wgl create context attrib arb prop. So yeah, that's actually the type of the function pointer. So you see why we would never want to do this ourselves. So this is why we use glue. WGL create context arb. That's what we're gonna call it. We should probably have this capitalized. Okay, WGL create context arb. So we're just grabbing it, and now we have to cast this result to this same thing here. I'm gonna copy this because I'm not gonna type it again. Definitely not. Okay. Then we use the function WGL get prot address, get the procedure address, and we have to actually type in this string exactly. WGL create, like even capitalized, it has to be capitalized the exact same way. It uses camel case though, I think, so if you're used to that, then probably won't run into any issues. Create context attrib attrib ARB. Okay, so that should be it. We'll see. So as you guys can see, this is where we definitely want to use glue. Otherwise, we have to use this. We have to do something like this for every OpenGL function we plan to use. So then we want to now set the render context using the new CreateContext. So this is where we would actually set the real render context, not the temporary one. Equals to, we would set it equal to the function we just extracted. WGL create context ARB. We use the device context. This is about sharing a context with a pass. No, we don't want to share context. And the attributes you just set up, so GL attributes, we set it right. That is this right here. Okay, so that should set up the window, the device context with the attributes we specified. So next we have to make the current context. But remember, we set the current context right here with the temporary render context. So next we have to set it. We have to unset that. So that's easy. Just make WGL make current with null in both places. That will unset the context. Then we want to delete the temporary context we just made. So WGL delete, because we used it for what we wanted to, so we can just delete it. And then let's just make the new context current, the one with the one we actually want, which is what we are already doing here. So no need to change that. Okay, so that should work. So let's see. Oh yeah, we need a comma there. Device context. Okay, so let's try again. Okay, so as you can see, it did build. Let me rebuild so you can see it. Okay, so we define version 3.3. So let's see if that actually works. Okay, so as you can see, guys, we successfully also changed the version, the OpenGL version. So good. This is what I wanted. So we I just did this as an example, but we probably even want a lower version than this, because we won't be using any complicated OpenGL functions. So but at least we can now change it. I actually want this to support as low of a version as possible. So at the end of this application, probably I'll just go back and keep setting it back and see where it stops supporting the functions we want to use. But okay, that's it for this video, guys. That's what I wanted to do. So see you guys next time. Later. Alright guys, so here I am back again. I think I'm just gonna add a little comments to this before we restructure the class base, so you guys can go through it and try to understand it better for yourself. So this stuff out here is pretty much the glue initialization. Glue initialization. And it ends pretty much around here. So end glue initialization. Okay. Here we declare the variables we want. Not really necessary to comment that really. So I'm just gonna comment which each variable is. So this one is a little more self-explanatory. This is the pixel format descriptor. Okay, and this one here, the device context. The names are kind of obvious. Right here, this is the render context. So here we set the attributes. We are setting the attributes of the pixel format descriptor. Okay, we're gonna say where we end it to. Next, we do the window class. Okay, and let's also say where we end at. And this is where we end it. Next, we register the class. Next, this could have been done further up, honestly. I'm just gonna I like to declare all the variables we'll need somewhere at the top if they can be declared early. So we'll also declare the window further up as well. Also this pixel format thing could have been declared a little early as well. So we're gonna do that out here as well. So this is where we declare our variables. Okay, so this is actually creating the window right here. We're getting the device context right here. I'm not sure how helpful these comments are because some of them, the name of them can kind of give it away, but I'm still going to do it. Next, we get the pixel format from Windows. Next, we will set the pixel format. This is the error checking. I think I'm not going to comment on that. Okay, so next, we're going to define GL, OpenGL attributes for the window. Next, I guess we could comment this one as well. Hope that made sense. Next, here we should probably also return if this doesn't give us something, so -3. Also, this should be set a little higher, right below the creating the window. So last one, and that's pretty much it. So I just wanted to do that right before we abstract it. Lastly, window messages. I just wanted to do that before I go ahead and abstract it so that you guys could probably go through it and try to understand it. See if you get a better understanding if you need to. So that's it. See you in the next video.